What up, guys? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Wednesday, August 16th, 2017, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. The executive producers of The Walking Dead, including franchise co-creator Robert Kirkman, have filed a breach of contract complaint against AMC. Kirkman, with current executive producers Gail Ann Hurd and David Alpert, along with former executive producers Glenn Mazzara and Charlie Angley, says AMC owes them money for their work on the hit zombie drama as it enters into season 8 this fall. The complaint filed Monday in Los Angeles Superior Court reads, Deadline reported, this case arises from a major entertainment conglomerate's failure to honor contractual obligations to the creative people, the talent and industry jargon behind the wildly successful and hugely profitable long-running television series The Walking Dead. It continues by saying the defendants' AMC entities exploited their vertically integrated corporate structure to combine both the production and the exhibition of The Walking Dead, which allowed AMC to keep the lion's share of the series' enormous profits or itself and not share it with the plaintiffs as required by their contracts. It also states that the plaintiffs and the other talents behind The Walking Dead are the ones whose work to create, develop, write, and produce this series has brought its huge success, but the fruits of that success have not been shared as they should be. The complaint, which also lists spin-off series Fear the Walking Dead and after show The Talking Dead, refers to the profit participation suit filed by former showrunner and series creator Frank Darabont as a related matter. Darabont, who is seeking $280 million in damages, will hear a summary judgment on the file and the matter on August 24th. The complaint filed by Kirkman and the other executive producers does not specify a target for compensatory and punitive damages. AMC said in a response to the executive producers' complaint in a statement, these kind of lawsuits are fairly common in entertainment, and they all have one thing in common: they follow success. They continue by saying virtually every studio that has had a successful show has been the target of litigation like this, and The Walking Dead has been the #1 show on television for 5 years in a row, so this is no surprise. We have enormous respect and appreciation for these plaintiffs, and we will continue to work with them as partners, even as we vigorously defend against this baseless and predictably opportunistic lawsuit. The Walking Dead returns to AMC on October 22nd. Netflix has renewed its crime drama Ozark for a second season after the first season debuted in July. Ozark's second season will feature 10 episodes and will continue to follow Jason Bateman as financial planner Marty and his wife Wendy Bird, portrayed by Laura Lindley, as they relocate from the suburbs of Chicago to the Missouri Ozarks after crossing a drug lord in a money laundering scheme. Netflix says rather than the familiar skyscrapers and trading floors, Ozark explores capitalism, family dynamics, and survival through the eyes of anything but ordinary Americans. The first season launched on July 21st and also featured 10 episodes, many directed by Bateman and written by producer-writer Chris Mundy. Bateman is also the show's executive producer, along with creators Bill Dubeck and Mark Williams. Masters of Sex actor Michael Sheen and Doctor Who icon David Tennant are to star in Good Omens. The 6-part fantasy drama will stream on Amazon in the United States and be broadcast on BBC Two in the United Kingdom in 2019. Writer Neil Gaiman will also serve as showrunner on the series, which is adapted from the novel he wrote with Terry Pratchett, who died in 2015. Gaiman's book, American Gods, was successfully brought to the small screen by Stars this year. Sheen said in a statement, I first read Good Omens as a teenager, and it's been one of my favorite stories ever since. To bring part of the team entrusted with bringing it alive on screen is a bit of a dream come true, to be honest. To work alongside Neil, who I think is one of the greatest storytellers of all time, is incredibly exciting, and just like the rest of the world, I'm a huge fan of David's, so I relish trying to save it with him. Tennant added, Michael Sheen, Neil Gaiman, Terry Pratchett, and directed by Douglas McKinnon. It's a dream team and a dream gig. I'm very excited that I've been asked to be part part of this amazing project. Bring on the apocalypse. Gaiman remarked, if you are looking for actors who play two of the best-loved characters you and Terry Pratchett ever created, then you are very lucky and have been very good. You'll get Michael Sheen and David Tennant to bring them to life. The best Welsh actor of his generation gets to be an angel, the best Scottish actor of his, a demon. Terry and I wrote Good Omens. I like to think it's one of the funniest novels ever written about the end of the world and how we all are going to die almost 30 years ago. It's strange that it feels more relevant now than it ever did before. I only wish that Terry could be here to see it come to life with such a fantastic team. Wong and Randall Park are set to star in an upcoming Netflix comedy feature. Wong and Park, who worked together on Fresh Off the Boat, penned the screenplay for the project alongside with Michael Golomako, Deadline reported. The so-entitled film will follow Wong and Park as two childhood friends who grow up in different socioeconomic situations before they fall in love as adults. Netflix is searching for a director to helm that feature, reported The Wrap. Wong currently stars on American Housewife and has worked with Netflix before on her comedy special Baby Cobra. Park, in addition to appearing on Fresh Off the Boat and Veep, will next be seen in Marvel's upcoming superhero sequel Ant-Man and the Wasp. Rachel Bloom, the star of the CW's Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, says Josh Groban will appear on the show in Season 3. She posted Monday night alongside a video of the two. Hey, at Josh Groban is going to be on #CrazyExGirlfriend. Groban shared the same video with the caption, oh hey, at Rachel Does Stuff. Thanks for having me on your brilliant show. I know it's secret, but this is a DM, right? The show is known for its cast of Broadway luminaries and stars Donna Chaplin and featured Tony nominee Santino Fontana in its first 2 seasons. There are elaborate musical numbers in every episode of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Season 3 debuting on Friday, October 1st, will focus on Bloom's character Rebecca Bunch and her life after being left at the altar by Josh, played by Vincent Rodriguez III. Bloom said at the Television Critics Association press tour on August 2nd, if you thought this show was going to be funny Fatal Attraction, that's what we're going into this season. Henry Thomas, Elizabeth Reaser, and Kate Siegel have joined the ensemble of Netflix's The Haunting of Hill House. The 10-part project reunites the actors with writer, director, executive producer Mike Flanagan. Thomas and Reaser starred in Ouija, Origin of Evil, and Siegel starred in and co-wrote Hush. Both Siegel and Thomas also acted in Gerald's Game. Carla Gugino and Michael Huseman were previously announced as the leads of The Haunting of Hill House. Connie Britton has booked a multi-episode guest arc on the upcoming Showtime series SMILF. To debut November 5th, the half-hour Boston set comedy will star a writer, director, and executive producer Frankie Shaw. Rosie O'Donnell was previously announced to play the lead character Bridget's mother, Tutu. The show is based on Shaw's short film. A synopsis says it takes a raw and honest comedic look at the single 20-something from Southie, Bridget, whose desires for relationships, sex, and a career collide with the realities of young single motherhood. The cable network said in the press release, Britton will play Allie, Bridget's unstable boss who struggles with boundaries and finds herself in constant pursuit of self-betterment. Her expectations for Bridget's role in her life go far beyond tutoring her kids. Britton is known for her work in the TV dramas American Horror Story, Nashville, and Friday Night Lights, as well as the sitcom Spin City. Patrick Dempsey will return to television in a new straight-to-series Epix drama. The 51-year-old actor will star in an adaptation of the Joe Dicker novel, The Truth About the Henry Colbert Affair, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Dempsey will play the title character, an esteemed author who was indicted for murder after a girl's body is found buried on his property. Ben Schnetzer will co-star as Colbert's mentee, with Damon Wayans Jr. as an investigator. Epix CEO Mark Greenberg says, with its provocative subject matter, inspiring cast, and source material from master storyteller Joe Dicker, The Truth About the Henry Colbert Affair is the perfect addition to our offerings at Epix. Jane Jacques Anoud, who will direct all 10 episodes, and executive produced with Lynn Green and Richard Levine, who wrote the script and multiple episodes of the series. Variety reported MGM Television will produce with Eagle Pictures and Barbie Films. MGM president of television development, Steve Stark, said, Joe Dicker's exquisite Thrilled has captivated a worldwide audience with its complicated tale of love and lies. I'm thrilled that this first-class ensemble led by Patrick Dempsey and the incomparable director Jacques Annaud gets to bring this provocative page-turner to life. Dempsey left the ABC series Grey's Anatomy in 2015 after 11 seasons as Dr. Derek Shepherd. He has since starred in the movie The Bridget Jones Baby and will appear in the new film Berlin, I Love You. An HBO producer with a new show about to premiere next month has been sentenced to 1 year in prison for his role in the attempted cover-up of a fatal overdose. Marc Henry Johnson, the producer of The Deuce, a gritty drama about the sex trade in 1970s Times Square, starring James Franco and Maggie Gyllenhaal, pleaded guilty in March to acting as an accessory to drug distribution. He was sentenced in Manhattan's federal court Tuesday. The incident occurred on October 3, 2015, when Johnson brought an already intoxicated woman, Dr. Kirsten Rickenbach-Cerveny, to the Chelsea apartment of his drug dealer James Holder to do more cocaine. But Cerveny overdosed, and Johnson didn't want police to know about the illicit drug activity in his apartment. So instead of immediately calling the paramedics, he and Johnson dragged her body into a vestibule in the building and left her there before Johnson eventually called police to anonymously report an overdose. By the time treatment arrived, Cerveny was dead. Holder was sentenced in May to 5 years in prison for providing the drug that led to the fatal overdose. For the lesser offense, prosecutors asked for a 2-year sentence for Johnson, but the Hollywood producer used his connections to write letters to U.S. District Judge Jesse Furman asking for leniency. Among those who wrote on Johnson's behalf was David Simon, the creator of The Wire, and an executive producer of Johnson's upcoming show The Deuce. According to the New York Times, Simon says incarcerating Johnson would frighten other witnesses of overdose and discourage all future attempts to engage paramedics out of fear of retribution. But Judge Furman says Johnson was partially responsible for Cerveny's death by not calling for help immediately. Furman told Johnson, "We are tested at times of stress. Quite honestly, you failed that test." Pregnant actress Mindy Kaling says she's really excited to be a mom. 38-year-old Mindy Project star opened up about her pregnancy for the first time in a preview for the September 10th episode of Sunday Today with Willie Geist. She said of the parenthood, "It's so unknown to me. I have a lot of control over a lot of aspects of my life, and this is one where I'm like, okay, it's out of my hands," which is kind of fun feeling. Kaling jokingly told host Willie Geist that she's looking forward to being able to criticize other parents. She says she hopes to be as supportive and open-minded with her child as her late mother, Swati Roysiskar, with her. The star joked after Geist asked her what kind of mom she'd be like. She says, "As you know, it's so easy to criticize parenting until you're a parent, so one of the nicest things about becoming a parent is that I'll be able to openly criticize other parents because I will have a child." She recalled, "My mom was incredibly fierce and so devoted to us, just loved us and wanted us to be happy no matter what we did. My career choice was not something that she was familiar with, and she was just so supportive of that. If I could give that to my child, that open-mindedness, I would be so happy." Kaling has yet to share the identity of her unborn baby's father. The E! News reported the actress' pregnancy in mid-July, with Kaling's A Wrinkle in Time co-star Oprah Winfrey later telling People the star is 5 months along. Oprah Winfrey says marrying longtime love Stedman Graham would have ultimately led to divorce. The 63-year-old media mogul explained in the September issue of Vogue why she never tied the knot with Graham, her partner of over 30 years. Winfrey told the magazine, "Nobody believes it, but it's true. The only time I brought it up was when I said to Stedman, what would happen if we actually got married? And the answer is, we wouldn't be together." She says, "We would not have stayed together because marriage requires a different way of being in this world. His interpretation of what it means to be a husband and what it would mean for me to be a wife would have been pretty traditional, and I would have not have been able to fit into it." Winfrey shares similar sentiments in the interview with Access Hollywood in 2013 after attending Tina Turner's wedding to Erin Bach the same year. The star recalled Turner's urging. Tina was like, "Oprah, you need to do this, you need to do it." And I was just thinking, well, okay, would things really be different? And no, I don't think so. She explains, if you ever interviewed Stedman, he would tell you that we married, we would not be together today because he's a traditional man and this is a very untraditional relationship. Winfrey is instead focusing on a number of projects, including executive producing the OWN series Greenleaf and Queen Sugar. She will also return to television in September as a special contributor to 60 Minutes. The television personality told Vogue, "It's me being out in the center of the country doing that thing where you're putting two sides together, and I'm really looking forward to it." iCarly alum Nathan Kress is going to have a daughter. The 24-year-old actor announced in an Instagram post Sunday that wife London Kress is pregnant with the baby girl. He jokingly captioned a photo of himself holding, and it's a baby girl balloon. You can find me on my porch, in my rocking chair, polishing my shotgun for the next 18 to 40 years. London shared a similar picture and an update on the pregnancy on her own account. The actress and stunt woman, also 24, told fans not to worry about her slim figure. London wrote, "The baby and I are completely healthy. Our appointment last week confirmed that we are all both on the perfect track for weight gain, heart rate, size. In fact, she's a week ahead of schedule right now, growing like crazy." She says, "I have 100% not strive to be skinny, but I am striving to be healthy. I know some may have seemed concerned about my baby's size in my mid-pregnancy photo, but I hope this helps ease some minds. We all have unique body types, and this just happens to be mine right now." Kress had announced London's pregnancy during a trip to London, England in July, writing baby Kress arriving in January 2018. The actor has played Freddie Benson on iCarly and has since appeared on Sam and Cat, Growing Up Fisher, and Hawaii Five-0. Hocus Pocus star Vinessa Shaw is going to be a first-time mom. The 41-year-old actress announced in an Instagram post Friday that she's pregnant and expecting a baby with husband Kristopher Gifford in early 2018. She captioned a photo of herself and Gifford in front of a "Great news, I'm pregnant" backdrop. "Great news, we are proud and excited to share that we're expecting a little one early next year. My hubby is a graphic designer, so I hope you appreciate his cheekness." Shaw followed up Monday by sharing a Hocus Pocus theme post. The post depicts the trio of witch sisters, Winnie, played by Bette Midler, Mary, played by Catherine Najimy, and Sarah Sanderson, played by Sarah Jessica Parker. The actress wrote, "Maybe I should have used this for my pregnancy announcement. #anything goes." Shaw plays Allison in Hocus Pocus, which opened in theaters in 1993. She discussed the movie's lasting influence in an interview with ABC News in 2015 following the film's 20th anniversary. The star said, "I don't think any of us had any idea of the magnitude of how popular it would be till this day. It just goes to show that when you are young, you watch things over and over again and it gets in your head and it just sticks." She added of the movie's memorable lines, "I remember mostly for Hocus Pocus, when I grew up, they mostly said, 'Oh, Allison,' but thankfully they keep the Yabos comments to themselves." Shaw has since appeared in the films Eyes Wide Shut, The Hills Have Eyes, and 3:10 to Yuma. She also plays Kate McPherson in the Showtime series Ray Donovan, starring Levi Shriver. WWE superstar Charlotte Flair, the daughter of wrestling legend Ric Flair, has commented on her dad's hospitalization on Instagram. Charlotte wrote Tuesday alongside a family photo featuring herself and Ric, "Hi guys, on behalf of my family and I want to thank everyone for the prayers, texts, calls, and support." She continued by saying, "Our dad is a fighter, and your continued thoughts and prayers mean the world to us." On Monday, Ric's representative, Melinda Morizanoli, the CEO of Legacy Town LLC, announced on Twitter that the professional wrestling icon was now resting after going through a successful surgery. Zanoni wrote, "Ric had surgery today, not heart emojis related, and happy to report it was a success. Still a long road ahead, so please keep prayers emoji for Ric, Charlotte, Megan, David, and Wendy." WWE also acknowledged that the 68-year-old had undergone surgery during a broadcast on Monday Night Raw, but was unable to comment on what exactly necessitated his hospital stay, which began over the weekend. Ric, real name Richard Morgan Flair, was recently featured in an introduction video for the 2017 PGA Championship on Thursday. He also has an ESPN 30 for 30 documentary that takes an inside look at his career, set to air on November 7th. Charlotte, at one time during her WWE career, was accompanied to the ring by her father, who would then help her win matches. A number of WWE superstars have shown their support for Ric on social media, including Intercontinental Champion The Miz, Samoa Joe, and Kevin Owens, among others. Kim Kardashian is feeling a bit naive after defending makeup artist Jeffree Star. The 36-year-old reality star backpedaled in a Snapchat video Tuesday after telling fans to give Star the benefit of the doubt following his racist comments in the past. Kardashian said, "I really wanted to apologize to you guys and my fans for defending a situation yesterday that I really didn't know enough about. I just feel a little bit naive, and I do want to really apologize for me feeling like I had the right to say, get over it in a situation that involves racism." She explained of her remarks, "I do believe that people are born to love and born with love, and they're taught to hate. So I have always had hopes that people can change and that people can learn to be better and do better and learn to find that love again." Kardashian had spoken out Monday after Star criticized the swatches for her KKW Beauty Powder Contour kit. Some fans defended the reality star by revisiting the racist comments Star made in a series of videos over a decade ago. Kardashian said on Snapchat, I get that it's a serious deal if you say racial things, but I do believe in people changing. People that apologize, I will give them the benefit of the doubt and accept that people change and move on. I know better than anyone that I hate when people bring up my past or mistakes that I've made, so let them live. She asserted, "I do not offend people that are racist, and I'm very against it. But if someone claims that they have changed, I would love to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I pray to God that they do change for the sake of my children and my friends." Star apologized for his past remarks in a video titled "Racism" in June. The 31-year-old makeup artist confessed to saying, quote, "some really disgusting, vile, nasty, and embarrassing things" in the video, explaining he was depressed and seeking attention at the time. America Ferrera shared a photo this week of herself planting a smooch on best friend Amber Tamblyn's daughter. The 33-year-old actress spent time with her 34-year-old sisterhood of the Traveling Pants co-star and Tamblyn's 6-month-old daughter, Marlo Alice, on Sunday. She captioned the picture on Instagram, #TheFutureSisterhood. Tamblyn welcomed her daughter with husband, actor, and comedian David Kress in February. She and Ferrera played Tippy Tumko Rollins and Carmen Lowell in the sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, which also co-starred Alexis Bledel and Blake Lively. Tamblyn said of Ferrera in an interview with Us Weekly in 2014, "She's one of 3 people to speak at my wedding. She's one of my best friends. We go on double dates all the time." She added, "Usually America and I go out first, eating and catching up, and that's usually lasts about 2 hours. Then the dudes join up, and then we talk about sports for 10 minutes, and then America and I go back to being in love with each other." Ferrera reunited with Bledel and Lively in May while attending the premiere of Tamblyn's directorial debut, Painted Black. She couldn't help but gush about Tamblyn while discussing the reunion on Instagram. The star wrote at the time, "Can you see my heart bursting out of my body? I love being with my sisters, especially when it's to celebrate." She also explained, "At Amber Rose Tamblyn directed her stunning first film, Painted Black. Sisterhood came out last night to celebrate her enormous talents. We are beyond proud and glowing for her." Samuel L. Jackson took on James Corden in an epic rap battle Monday in the latest edition of Drop the Mic on The Late Late Show. Corden asked the actor, "You sure you want to do this?" confidently before he began his rap. Jackson replied, "Come on, man, I ain't scared of you, let's go." To win the contest, the late-night host attacked the actor's successful film career and fashion style. He says, "It's just another drop of mic when I end up an abuser to prove the L in Samuel L. Jackson stands for loser." Corden rapped before noting, "He's the highest-grossing actor, that's a fact. That's how he buys all those damn Kangol hats." In response, Jackson poked fun at Corden's celebrity status and popular carpool karaoke segments. "I feel bad for you, son, because I'm the real star. No one knows who are you without Adele in a car," he said before flipping Corden the bird after rapping. "In the Emoji Movie, I hear you just play a hand, so look, I'm going to put it in a way you can understand." Other standout rhymes include Corden bringing up Jackson's roles in Jurassic Park and Pulp Fiction, and Jackson referencing his infamous line from Snake on a Plane. "You got your expletive kid by a man twice your age. Now you get this mother expletive hack off this mother's expletive stage," Jackson quipped before the audience declared him the winner. The 68-year-old was last featured on The Late Late Show in March when he paid homage to some of his most iconic roles alongside Corden. Jackson will next be seen opposite Ryan Reynolds in The Hitman's Bodyguard, which arrives in theaters on Friday. Anna Faris broke her silence this week following her split from husband Chris Pratt. The 40-year-old actress advised fans to embrace their independence on Tuesday's episode of her Anna Faris is Unqualified podcast after announcing a separation from Pratt this month. Faris told a listener struggling with her boyfriend, "Don't be afraid of the future. You're young. You're in LA. There's a lot of amazing people out there. Don't feel afraid to feel your independence if things aren't right." She confessed, "I made that mistake. I think a little bit feeling like I'm checking my relationship off the list. The final advice I could give you would be know your worth, know your independence, know that you're young and there are so many people out there." The star added, "There's so much life experience. I hope you get to live it all. Life is too short for you to be in relationships where you're not feeling like this isn't fully right, or somebody doesn't have your back, or somebody doesn't value you in every way." Faris thanked fans at the beginning of the episode for all the love she received this month. She and Pratt announced in a Facebook post August 6th that they're legally separating after 8 years of marriage. Pratt, who shares 4-year-old son Jack with Faris, wrote, "Anna and I are sad to announce we are legally separating. We tried hard for a long time and we were really disappointed." The actor added, "Our son has 2 parents who love him very much, and for his sake we want to keep this situation as private as possible moving forward. We still have love for each other. We'll always cherish our time together and continue to have the deepest respect for one another." Faris and Pratt met on the set of Taking Me Home Tonight in 2007. The actress presently plays Christy Plunkett on the CBS sitcom Mom, which will return for a 5th season on November 2nd. Selena Gomez says her new album will have a Latin influence and plenty of collaborations. The 25-year-old singer and actress teased her forthcoming 3rd studio album Monday in a Twitter Q&A following the release of her single Fetish featuring Gucci Mane. Gomez confirmed her album will have a Latin influence, telling her 50.6 million Twitter followers she always incorporates her heritage onto each record. She named Eminem as her dream collaborator but kept mum about who will appear on her album. The star tweeted, "I love being able to collaborate with different artists and producers, so every song is new and different. #stream with Sal. Can't name anyone yet. I most love being able to learn from someone else's sound and combine it with mine." Gomez told fans that she would choose a deep blue if she were to describe her record with a color. She says she found, quote, "the most inspiration for the album during seasons of change." The singer's teased, "There's one song that is really special to me. It's a ballad." Gomez's new album is expected to include the singles Bad Liar and Fetish, which debuted in July. She last released the album Revival in October 2015, prior to her retreat from the spotlight to focus on her mental health. Justin Bieber has announced on social media that his newest single, titled Friends, is set to release on Thursday. The pop star tweeted, "Can we still be friends?" before sharing artwork of the single featuring 2 birds sharing a happy face warmed together. He captioned, "New music Thursday noon." The image that also notes that the song is a collaboration between Bieber and producer Blood Pop. Blood Pop, who produced Bieber's hit Sorry from his most recent album Purpose, has also worked with the likes of Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Madonna, John Legend, Britney Spears, and more. Following the release of Purpose, Bieber has continued to release hits by being featured on other songs such as DJ Khaled's I'm the One and Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee's Latin hit Despacito. The 23-year-old last made headlines in July when he canceled the remainder of his Purpose World Tour. He wrote in August, "Me taking this time right now is me saying I want to be sustainable," about why he chose to take a break from touring. And finally, the Pantone Color Institute has created a custom-made shade of purple to represent and honor Prince named Love Symbol No. 2. The color was inspired by the legendary singer's Yamaha piano, which Prince planned to take on tour with him before his death in April 2016 at the age of 57, Pantone announced in collaboration with Prince's estate. Purple was associated with Prince throughout his career, and especially during the release of his 1984 film, Purple Rain, and its accompanying soundtrack of the same name. Entertainer advisor to Prince's estate, Troy Carter, said in a statement, "The color purple was synonymous with who Prince was and will always be. This is an incredible way for his legacy to live on forever." The Vice President of Pantone, Lori Pressman, says, "We are honored to have worked on the development of Love Symbol No. 2, a distinctive new purple shade created in memory of Prince, the Purple One, a musical icon known for his artistic brilliance. Love Symbol No. 2 is an emblematic of Prince's distinctive style, long associated with the Purple family. Love Symbol No. 2 enables Prince's unique purple shade to be consistently replicated and maintain the same iconic status as the man himself." Prince's estate also announced that that they are in discussions with various partners about collaborating on products that utilizes the custom color. And as your entertainment report for Wednesday, August 16th, 2017, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.